gonna say who I like, who worries me, who I don't like, and we'll just see what happens. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't. Maybe I'll trash your favorite team. Maybe I'll praise your favorite team. Although, probably won't be happening for these guys. But, don't worry, it won't not happening for these guys either. And I care about these guys. So, let's get into it. Alright, I got the list. It's in completely random order. There's not much to it. But, in the description, maybe I left a comment. I'll list the order of the teams. I won't give timestamps. I hate doing that. It's so annoying. But before each team, I'm going to hold up their helmet. So you'll be able to see, when somebody's up. And then you can skip through, find your team if you don't want to see the whole thing. Alright, first up, we have the Chicago Bears. Right there. What am I excited for? Nothing. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Justin Fields. Justin Fields should be an interesting one. I love that they got DJ Moore in the trade. Just a solid receiver that should help out a little bit in the passing game. But I'm worried. I'm also worried for DJ because, he's pretty good for Carolina, but he might not get the touches with Fields, especially. And I'm also worried about Darnell Wright, because pretty much DJ and Darnell are the main pieces in that trade for the number one pick, so hopefully it works out for him. But I am a little worried because you never know. These two guys just could end up busting at this point. It's like, great, we traded away the number one pick for these guys and could have had Bryce Young. But they had Fields, so it made sense for them. It was fine. But somebody I'm not excited for, Chase Claypool. Come on, second round pick. Just such a bad trade, and I've hated him from the start. I never thought he was good. He showed flashes rookie year, whatever. He's just not good. I just don't think he's good. So, but the Bears probably not making the playoffs, but that's okay. There's other teams that probably aren't making the playoffs. This is one of them. I don't see the Packers doing too great. They might be okay, but I'm excited for Jordan Love time. It's Jordan Love time, baby. It's here. Been waiting a few years for it. Rodgers is out, but I'm worried. I'm worried about Jordan Love because I'm worried about the receivers, alright? Watson, Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs. You don't want to have to ask. They could be good. They got some raw talent. They're okay. But you don't want to have to ask those two to help out your first-year quarterback, First-year starting quarterback. But we'll see. I'm not excited for Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon. I don't think they're going to be too good this year. Just a guess, just a prediction, but not much to it. But I think Rodgers, they're going to miss Rodgers in the run game for sure. But up next, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I am excited for their draft pick. They should get an interesting draft pick. Hopefully there's a QB in the draft next year that they like and can get with that draft pick because they need it. Baker, not excited for Baker. I don't know. I've been excited for Baker for a few years, and last year it just fully ran out. I'm like, all right, this guy he's not it. He's not it. He's a bridge QB and a backup rest of his career probably. But yeah, for the Buccaneers, who am I worried about? I'm worried about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, all right? Because they could be bad. Evans is older. He could fall off a cliff. But I think they could ruin the draft pick. If Evans in a contract year, maybe he stays healthy, goes off. Chris Godwin, he's been good with bad QBs. That's the thing. These guys have been good with mediocre QBs. They may end up being pretty good. Might accidentally win them an extra game. Ruin their draft pick. Alright, we don't want to ruin their draft pick. They need it. and won a Super Bowl, you can chill for a few years now. That's pretty good to me. But the Titans are up next. Titans excited for Derrick Henry. I think he's getting up there in age. He's getting close to that running back wall, but I don't think he'll hit it this year. I think he's got at least one more good year in him. So excited for him. Worried about DeAndre Hopkins. Worried about Treylon Burks. I mean, these are guys they're counting on. They tried last year with oh God, what's his name? Oh man. It was actually 2 years ago. Julio, jeez, I couldn't remember. The Julio experiment didn't work. Will the Hopkins one go better? I don't know, because the Tannehill experiment might be over. I'm just not excited for Tannehill. I'm not. What's there to be excited about? He's a solid quarterback, but he's getting old, and he's not going to take you anywhere. Unless you got a stacked team. You don't have a stacked team. So, I mean, they have a chance to get in the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm not excited for the Titans, unfortunately. But one team with a lot of excitement, especially after last year, the Eagles. A lot of excitement for the Eagles. Excited for the offense. AJ, Devontae, Swift, Penny could be interesting if they could stay healthy. Obviously, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert. They got a good squad. Only thing I'm worried about is they had to lose a couple guys on defense, but they filled the holes nicely, and they do have some aging guys. I mean, how old is Lane and Fletcher Cox, and Jason Kelsey? These guys are all in the 30s. They could fall apart at any time. Little worried about them, not too much though, because they have such a good core of players, and then solid rookies, young guys around them. But not excited for the Eagles to play the Patriots. Not excited at all. Trying to forget about it altogether, but not excited for it. Up next, we have the Buffalo Bills. Excited for Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. They've been good together. They've been good. Maybe, I don't know, Diggs was mad last year, but everything seems alright. But I'm worried about the rest of them. Rest of the offense. I mean, the running backs. Cook and Harris. I mean, I don't know. That's okay. I think they could be okay. But wide receiver depth. What, Gabe Davis? And I mean, who do they even have outside of Gabe Davis? And I'm just worried about the tight end production. You have Dawson Knox, who's been a decent tight end, but then you go get first round Kincaid. And I don't know, there's been a lot of tight ends, a lot of rookie tight ends, a lot of hyped up tight ends that just haven't looked great, especially their rookie years. So I don't know if Kincaid's gonna be good this year at all. Who knows? But the 49ers are up next. Alright. I am excited. I mean, really, for their defense. They gotta get Nick Bosa signed. They gotta get that deal done, but they just have such a good defense. Fred Warner, Travarius Ward. I mean, they got guys. They got lots of guys. Armstead. I mean, it's a good team. It's a good defense. I'm a little worried about some of the guys on the offense side. McCaffrey. Oh, I'm not worried about them being good. I'm worried about them being healthy. McCaffrey, Debo. They gotta stay healthy. Kittle. Can Kittle be healthy? Hopefully Ayuk will be solid. But what I don't like is the QB situation. I think they're just, I don't know. The Trey Lance thing, it's good they just got it over with, just got him out of there, got it done. It blew up in their face. They got over it. They traded him away. That's fine. But Brock Purdy, is Purdy really the answer here, man? Is he really going to be able to just take them right back to the playoffs and look solid like he did last year? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Usually there's a reason somebody goes in the 7th round. We'll see. We'll see, though. We'll see. But I don't like the QB situation. I think Purdy can be solid. I just don't like the situation they're in. It's just a tough situation. But up next is the Vikings. Excited for Justin Jefferson, of course. Kirk Cousins, I think, will have another good year just because of Jefferson. They got Hawkinson. I'm worried about Madison. I'm worried about Alexander Madison because he's been good. He's been so good as a number 2, so good as a backup to Dalvin Cook. Now he's the starter. Can he be a Tony Pollard type that just comes right in, shines? I think he could. Still worried about him, though. What I don't like about the Vikings is pretty much their entire situation. Kirk Cousins, how many more years does he got? You got Justin Jefferson, who's going to need to get paid soon. Last year was a little bit of a fluke. They won a lot of close games, lucky games. And they lost some guys from last year. They lost some. They couldn't pay them all. So they're just in this weird spot where they might end up just missing the playoffs again. I just don't like the situation the Vikings are in. It's definitely a tough one, but we'll see. Maybe they'll end up being fine this year. Who knows? I don't know. That's why I'm making predictions, but we're going to have to see. We're also going to have to see where the Chargers helmet is. There it is. Chargers are up next. Excited for Herbert. Excited for Eckler. I think he's still got some game in him. He'll be fine. Worried about the receivers. I'm really worried about the receivers. You got Keenan Allen. He's older. He's older. He struggled with injuries last year. I'm worried about Mike Williams. Is he too one-dimensional? I don't know. Is Quentin Johnston a bust? All these things. Well, I mean, we're just gonna see. We're gonna see. Who I don't like Staley. I think Staley sucks. I think we're gonna see it again this year. He's got a team with solid pieces that's just gonna blow it again. I don't see them getting the Super Bowl this year. I don't know. I just don't like Staley. I think he sucks. But I don't know. That's all I got. Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Give me the Ravens. Excited for Lamar Jackson, as long as he's healthy. Mark Andrews, as long as he's healthy. The Ravens, though, I'm worried about a lot with them. I just hate their skill position players. I'm worried about Odell, Rashad Bateman, Zay Flowers. Like, are they going to do anything? Are they going to be good? I don't like their running backs. I don't like J.K. I don't think Dobbins is good. Gus Edwards is like, okay. I don't know. That offense is built around Lamar, which is fine. That's what you want to do. You want to build it around him, but I just don't like the guys they got. I'm not a fan, but maybe they'll be good this year. Who knows? Giants. The G-Men. Alright. What do we got with the Giants? Excited for Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. Very exciting. Very exciting. I'm worried. I'm worried about Daniel Jones. I'm worried about that Darren Waller contract and trade being a disaster. He's got to stay healthy. I'm worried about those. Other than that, who are their receivers? Who are their receivers? Their receivers are terrible. Is it Hodgins? Slayton? The receivers suck. They're terrible. I would take the Pats receivers over the Giants receivers. And that's saying something. Because the Pats receivers, it's like mediocre city. But at least I would take them over the Giants. That's crazy. Worried about Daniel Jones. Worried about him for sure. But, yeah. Up next, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Got him right here. Excited for Trevor Lawrence. Excited for ETN. I'm worried about Ridley. I think he's going to have a solid year. But I'm worried. You never know. A guy had a year off. I don't know. I'm worried. Just a little worried. What don't I like? Christian Kirk, he's okay. It's just that contract. I just don't like that contract. I don't like it. It's just not, he was okay. He's a solid receiver. Just not on that contract. Just not worth it. That contract, it's just not worth it. That's all there is to it. But Jaguars got Peterson, head coach. They got a lot to be happy about. I think they'll be back in the playoffs. I think. Seattle, will they be back in the playoffs? Maybe. I'm excited for DK, Lockett, Kenneth Walker. Defense is solid. I mean, they got Witherspoon in the draft, Tyreek Woolen. They got him back year number 2 after a really good rookie year. I don't know. I'm worried about Geno. I just, can he be solid again? Yeah, there's a good chance. Can he get them where they need to go? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I think this year might be a rough year for him, unfortunately. But, yeah, with the Seahawks are alright. I really just don't like Pete Carroll. He's a fine coach. I just don't like him. He's just one of those guys where it's just like, I don't like him. Especially since all the stuff with USC, whatever. I just don't like the guy. I don't know. Whatever it is. But he's a good coach. I'll definitely give him that. Good coach. Good coach for sure. Detroit Lions. I'm excited for Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't know. The Lions, I'm worried about the hype. Alright, I'm worried about the hype a little bit. They got some good players. Sewell, Hutchinson, big picks from the last few years. Just worried about the hype. I'm worried about David Montgomery. I think he's solid. We'll see how he does. I'm worried about Goff. Yeah, I really just don't like the hype. I'm just worried about the hype because I don't know if they got the head coach either. I don't know if Campbell's the guy. We'll have to see. But Lions, they have more to be excited about than the last few years, but just don't get too hyped. Just, this is a building block. You want to be right here, and then next year maybe get to here. I don't know. Maybe you want to be bad this year. Maybe you want a good pick so you can get a different QB. I don't know. Maybe Goff is good enough. We don't know. We have no idea. But we do know that the next team up here is the Steelers. Steelers are up. Steelers are on the clock. I'm excited for their defense. They've been a little shaky the last few years, but they just have so many good guys. TJ Watt's back. Wasn't he hurt most of last year? I think their defense will be good. I think George Pickens is going to be good. Najee's going to be pretty good. I'm a little worried about Pickett. Just second year. Worried about that sophomore slump. But no big deal. No big deal at all. I don't like, for the Steelers, I don't like Deontay. I don't like Deontay Johnson. I don't know. He has too many drops. I don't like receivers that drop the ball. But they got Pickens. I think Pickens is very good. Very good for sure. New England Patriots. What am I excited for? Matt Judon, gonna be good. I'm pretty excited for Ramondre, and then maybe year 3 Mac with Bill O'Brien as coordinator could be interesting. I'm just worried about the entire offense. I don't know. Maybe Hunter Henry, Mike Gesicki, 2-headed monster, a tight end. Juju, I don't know what's up with Juju. Apparently he's injured again. Kendrick Bourne, he's solid, but I don't know. I don't know. Thornton is Tyquan Thornton. I think he's injured again. Devontae Parker, if he's not injured right now, he's going to be at some point this season. It's just, I don't know. The defense, I'm worried about the entire offense, and I'm worried about the defense. I don't like the defense without Devin McCourty. I think they're going to realize how important he was this year, unfortunately. But, yeah, he's gone, so they're going to have to figure something else out. Jets need to figure out how to maximize Aaron Rodgers. All right, I'm excited for Aaron Rodgers and that offense. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall coming back from injury. I'm worried about Dalvin Cook. I don't think he fell off a cliff yet. I think he's still got a little bit in him. Not much, but a little bit. But I am worried about him. For the Jets, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I really don't like about the Jets. Everything is like decent. I don't know. I can't think of anything. But Panthers are up next. Excited for Bryce Young. Worried about Adam Thielen. A little worried about Miles Sanders. I think he'll be fine. I'm kind of excited for him. I think he'll be fine with the Panthers. I don't know. I guess I don't like the Brian Burns situation. I like Brian Burns, the player. Think he's worth the contract, whatever. Just a tough situation because you sign him to a big deal. Maybe if you get him for 5 years, that's a good window. Because, alright, yeah, Bryce Young, he'll be there for those same 5. But maybe signing him to a big deal is just making them too good too soon. I don't know. I think they should end up giving him the deal. Maybe he's asking for too much. I don't know. But the situation is tough. Because it wouldn't be the worst idea to trade him, get some draft picks, but, what do you want, More draft picks, so you can maybe draft another Brian Burns, it's tough. It's tough to figure this stuff out, but it's a tough situation. I think he'll end up signing. I think they'll get him back, but we'll see. So, up next, we got the Saints. Excited for Chris Olave. Their defense should be pretty solid. Worried about Derek Carr. Worried about Michael Thomas. Worried about Alvin Kamara. I don't know. It's, we'll see. They could be good. But the Saints, I don't know. I don't even know what I don't like about them. I really can't. I'm sure there's something. I don't know. I got nothing. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's something. There's gotta be something. Up next, we got the Falcons. Excited for Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I think they're all gonna be pretty good. Worried about Desmond Ridder. I think he'll be okay. What do I not like? Their playoff chances. I don't know. I'm worried about them. I don't like that they might end up with a mid-first round pick. They need another top 10. They need some more skilled players. But they got a nice little core, I guess. Bunch of guys on rookie deals, but Pitts needs to take a lead this year, for sure. They really need that from him. But up next, we got the Broncos. I don't think they could be any worse than last year. It's only up for them. It really is. But excited for Sean Payton. I guess. I don't like the guy. I just don't like the guy. But seems like a good coach. At least for the Saints. We'll see what he can do with the Broncos situation. But I'm worried about Russ, Judy, Sutton. Are those guys going to show up this year? Because, we've been waiting for Sutton and Judy to just be something. And now Russ, you got year number 2. Can you be worse than last year? I hope not. But yeah, what do I not like with the Broncos? The running backs. I just do not like the running backs. Javonte. And, can't even think of the other running back. Can't even think of the other guy. I don't like the running backs, I can tell you that. I don't like them. Rams. We got the Rams up next. Excited for... I don't know, man. I don't know what to be excited for, because all I know is I'm worried about Stafford. I'm worried about Cooper Kupp. Even Donald. Donald's getting up there in age. He could just get hurt this year. I'm just worried. There's nothing to be excited about. There's nothing to not be excited about. Maybe one thing you might not like is if Stafford, Donald, Cup all have good years, might hurt their draft pick. Gonna hurt their draft pick, but we'll see what McVay can do. I guess I'm excited for McVay to see what he can do with such a depleted roster at this point. But hey, they went all out. They won a Super Bowl. Worked out well. Who cares if you're not too good for the next couple years after that? Really. But up next, we got the Colts. Excited for Anthony Richardson. Little worried too. Also worried about Jonathan Taylor. I don't think he's going to play for them. I think at some point they're just going to have to trade him. I'm worried about... I'm not even worried. I don't like their receivers. Their tight ends. Who's Richardson supposed to... Pittman's okay, but other than that, they're trash. Jim Irsay, I think he's trash. He's just a shit owner. Like, if you don't know who the owner of a team is, it means they're probably a decent owner. Everybody knows Jim Irsay, so that's all there is to it. But Cardinals are up next. Where are you guys? Cardinals, man. You're excited for draft picks next year. Got 2 of them. They got the Texans pick. Great trade. Still got Paris Johnson with number 6. That worked out well for him. It really did. I'm worried that they're going to stick with Kyler Murray in the long run. I think they should just try to move him the moment he's healthy. Get him out there playing. Trade him during the season. Well, nobody's going to want him during the season. Maybe in the off season. Just trade him. Get rid of him. Get Caleb Williams. Get somebody else with those top picks. But the Cardinals, I don't like how bad the Cardinals might be this year. Maybe they don't end up the worst team. This has happened so many times where the flat-out worst team looks awful, and it's just terrible, but they end up just not being the worst record. The Texans, they know all about that. They sure do. Excited for Stroud. Worried about that pick that they traded to the Cardinals. Might end up being really good. I don't know. I don't like many of their receivers other than like Mechie, but even he's unproven. So, we'll see. We'll see, Texans fans. I think the Texans are in a good spot. I just think this year they're going to be very bad. But that's okay. Browns. We got the Browns. Excited for Nick Chubb. I think he'll be solid. Watson, I think he'll bounce back a little bit. He should be good this year, at least running-wise. I'm a little worried about Amari Cooper. The rest of the receivers, they traded for Elijah Moore. They got DPJ. Njoku, decent tight end. I don't know. Nothing to be excited about from those group. But one team that has some exciting guys on it for sure. The Dolphins. Excited for Tyreek, for Jalen Waddle. We'll see what they can do. Excited for Tua, but also worried about Tua because guy's got to be healthy. He's got to be healthy. I'm worried about his health. What do I not like from the Dolphins? Their running backs. If you have a bunch of running backs that are all pretty similar, you don't have any good running backs. But you don't need any stud running backs. In the modern NFL, you just need a couple of solid ones. So we'll see who that ends up being. Maybe it's Mostert if he's healthy. Maybe it's A-Chain, whatever. However you say his name, whatever. We don't know, but I am worried about them. It is what it is. But defense should be solid. But the Bengals, they're pretty similar to the Dolphins. A lot of studs. Excited about their whole offense. Got Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow to start. Joe Mixon's good. Higgins. They're just overall good. Worried about the offensive line. They got Orlando Brown Jr., but just worried because, they've been trying to build that lineup. They have. They got to keep Burrow protected. So, we'll see how that goes. I don't know if there's anything that I don't like about them. I think they're fine. I think they're alright. Nothing to hate. But the Chiefs, on the other hand, I am full on ready to hate the Chiefs at any time, at a moment's notice. But no, they're pretty good. Mahomes, excited for Mahomes, as always. Worried about Travis Kelce's health, which, football, you make a lot of predictions, you have a lot of ideas, and Kelce's been good for so long. This whole time I've been thinking, is he gonna stay healthy this year? He's been so healthy, and then all of a sudden you have him getting banged up before the season even started. And it's stuff like this. It's genius. All right, I don't know. It's probably just the years of watching NFL. Every once in a while, you just see something coming, and you're just yep, this is gonna happen. I've seen this before. And Kelce, he'll be fine. Might miss a couple games, but I think I'm still worried about him. But I don't like the receivers. They got nobody. I mean, Tony might be okay. Sky Moore, come on. I mean, who else? Oh, MVS. It's just, they got nobody. So, and their defense, we'll see how their defense is. I don't know how strong they'll be. Chris Jones won't even sign his deal. Looks like he's willing to sit out, but I think by the end of the season, he'll be playing on some kind of deal. But we'll see. We shall see. Raiders. We got the Raiders. Excited for Josh Jacobs. Excited for Devontae Adams. Just two great players to have. I think Jimmy G might feast with them. I mean, he could. He's good enough. He's solid enough. Worried about Jimmy G, though. New team. But I don't know. I think he'll be alright. I don't like Josh McDaniels. Not as a head coach. Solid coordinator. Terrible head coach. We're about to see it again. But that's up to you, Raiders. That's all you guys. That's your problem. But up next, Cowboys. Excited for Tony Pollard, C.D. Lamb, Micah Parsons. All pretty good players. Worried about Dak. I think he's going to be fine. But I'm a little worried about him. What I don't like, Jerry Jones. I don't know. The Trey Lance trade. It was just kind of pointless in my opinion. I know it's a 4th rounder, but it felt a little bit pointless. I don't know. Just a random thing to not like, but yeah, that's my thing. And finishing it up, we have, I gotta get an updated helmet or something, but the Commanders. Excited for Jahan Dotson. He should be good. McLaurin, little worried about him. But I'm excited for him, but I'm mostly worried about Sam Howell. I mean, first year starting here. Second year guy. Was hyped up, could have been a high pick last year. Didn't have an amazing season, so he dropped a little bit, so he could be fine. But I'm worried. I'm worried about him. Just inexperienced, but we'll see. Also worried about Chase Young, because he's been a little disappointing. And now he's in a contract year, so it's they declined the 5th-year option, right? I believe so. So I don't know. He's going to be up for a contract, so if he has a good year, they're going to either lose him or have to give him some decent money. I don't know. Just worried about that situation for sure. What don't I like? The Commanders. I don't like their situation. I think they're going to end up being bad, but better than the rest of the bad teams. And they'll have, they could get a top 10, a late top 10, but they're going to end up with a pick that, I don't know. Maybe Sam Howell is the guy, and then whatever that first round pick is going to be a decent piece. I don't know. But I'm just worried about him. I'm worried about the Commanders. Also in a tough division, so that doesn't help either. Although it might help them get that pick that they hope for. But we'll see. We shall see. That's going to be it for this episode of ASMR for football fans. So glad you stuck with me until the end. Good luck to your team this year. Let's enjoy some football. Are you ready?